Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for the week of April 3rd. We're going to jump right in here. And in your past position, you have this card that says, learn how to honor and treat your body well. You also have this card that says, it's okay to be different. Don't try so hard to fit in. I'm laughing because every single air sign had something, had basically something about being unique and kind of like being your own unique self this week. It makes perfect sense. You know, we have Pluto in Aquarius. You're, obviously Aquarius is an air sign. You're an air sign. So, I think with Pluto in Aquarius, it kind of encourages everyone to break out of the normal. But you being an air sign, it's going to affect you more than everyone else. So, I think that's what's going on here, Libra, is that you are maybe making some changes, or you're at least exploring the possibility. Even, Knight of Wands and going to the Page of Wands here, it's like these cards all, they can represent adventure or kind of going on an adventure. But obviously, if you're like discovering yourself, discovering who you are, who you truly want to be, I don't care if you're 90 years old. It doesn't matter. You could still be doing this, right? And I feel like it's saying, go on the adventure. You never know what you're going to discover right here with the Two of Swords. Two of Swords, she has that new island behind her, and she doesn't know what's over there because she has a blindfold on. But there might be something amazing over there. And yes, the island does represent a challenge to her, but it's not like or like an obstacle, but it's like all good things require the overcoming of an obstacle. So, I don't think this is a bad thing. The tower, don't worry about the tower, by the way. Everybody's had the tower again. Almost everybody, I should say. And, I think we're just going to see, more banks collapse, more who the hell knows what, right? It's just the sign of the times. You have the Knight of Wands here. Again, you do have the Devil and the Judgment card here. I would definitely be careful of someone coming back from the past. I don't know what it is about this particular Mercury retrograde that we're about to have this month, starting this month of April. But, it just seems to be like a doozy as far as exes coming back. So if you do not want to hear from an ex, I would definitely block them. Again, it could cause a tower moment. Again, sometimes it's like, how many times? I'm sure it's happened to you. It's happened to me, right? You heal, you get to that point where you're finally ready to move on, and who pops their head up, right? The little peanut head from, 2 years ago, right? So I feel like you need to be careful of any past bozos and make sure that they don't ruin your day here. The other thing is again, I would be adventurous at this time. I do feel that this reading is encouraging, and the type of adventure that I'm talking about here is like exploring your boundaries, exploring how far you can push yourself. And, this could be going this way here to the Two of Swords. And you don't even have to do this physically. This could be like learning about something, learning about starting a business, learning about improving your health or relationships, whatever it is you want. But I would kind of just start exploring. I think that'll lead to a lot of success. Again, I would be careful of any past people with the Devil, although I do feel that you are kind of letting go of any inconsistent energies in your life. You do have the Judgment card. So number one, again, I would be careful of the past. These people are standing in their coffins. The coffin represents their old life. Outside the coffin represents their new life. So it's definitely time for something new. The other interesting thing is that you go from Judgment to Page of Wands to the Star. The Star is about having a North Star. It's about having something that guides you. And you have this compass right here that says divine guidance on it. So I feel like you are being guided towards like a big, something very fulfilling with that Star card, something that gives you hope and something that really makes you feel good. So I feel like a lot of you are being guided towards something great in your life, whatever it is. We're going to find out. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Seven of Cups. If this was a person, I feel like they explored their options. So, I'd be careful of that. For you personally, on a personal level, this can represent being spoiled for choice, the Seven of Cups. But, now I feel like it's time to pick a cup. It's like maybe you've had some ideas about who you are, for example. Like, again, we were talking about like reinventing yourself or being unique. Or maybe you have a business idea or a bunch of business ideas. The Seven of Cups sometimes I feel says like, okay, pick one cup and, make it happen, which is kind of what I'm getting here. With the Devil, you have the King of Pentacles here. Could be an earth sign coming in for you if you want love. If you, it doesn't have to be an earth sign, is what I'm trying to say. It could just be a person who's in it for the long haul. Again, I look at the King of Pentacles. I'm just going to go through all of them, apparently. I look at the King of Pentacles as someone who is very stable, who wants something for the long term. I would also watch your spending here with the Devil and the King of Pentacles. With the Judgment card, you have the Eight of Swords. Yeah, a lot of stuck energy. It's interesting. It's very similar to Gemini's reading. If you have Gemini in your chart, I would definitely go watch that reading for sure, Libra. But what I would say is that the Eight of Swords is like a card of, holding yourself back. It's a card of only seeing one way of doing things. It's like I said, these people are still in their coffins. So it's like you have to leave the coffin to get this reward right here. And, sometimes I think like people don't necessarily maybe look at the little things, right? It's like maybe you've moved past, a relationship, right? But maybe the relationship was trying to show you like other toxic things in your life that you have to get rid of, other behaviors that you have to get rid of. So whenever I get out of a relationship, I always look at it and I say like, what was it actually trying to say to me? Because sometimes I think relationships, and that's what I feel like is going on here. That's why I'm going on and on about this. Sorry. Not sorry. Is, I think that sometimes they show us something else about our life. Like they say like where we're lacking or what we're not paying attention to. And so I feel that for some of you that setting yourself free is going to raise your vibration and bring you closer to the star card. Next, in your present position, you have this compass card. It says divine guidance. So I do feel like you are at least being guided at this time. I also think that, well, I'll just tell you, you have the Ten of Cups, Nine of Swords, Page of Wands, and the Temperance card. And sorry, I meant the Ten of Wands. I feel like this is saying that kind of like your divine guidance is something that's meant to work. I think it's going to have a much better flow to it. This just feels very stuck to me. And it seems to me like it's talking about repeating something. So I feel the things in your life, and we're not talking about anything specific, but the things in your life that are not meant to be successful, I feel like they are very clearly going to just be kind of like a grind, just like hard work and just hard to do. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with hard work, but the feeling I get here is just like not just increasing and increasing and increasing in difficulty. I feel like there's just an easier way to do something. And I feel the universe is trying to say like, hey, this was the hard way. There's a much easier way. And you have the Page of Wands. You're going to have to discover it. Page of Wands also says to move towards your desires. Pretty much everyone gets this nowadays. And, I've been saying for like the past few years that I think all of us need to move towards our bliss or to move towards our desires, because it's like our dreams are going to be the thing that set us free right now. I don't think like that maybe, I kind of feel like jobs are going to be going away. I've been saying this for years, and I've been basically right, because it's like less and less people are working, right? And less people are going to traditional jobs. And now we have AI and all this other stuff, right? And so I think that our only option is to gain experiences, but we can only gain experiences by going on the adventure here. And but if we do that, we can, kind of do something like following our bliss. Like if there was ever a time where you could start a YouTube channel about whatever the hell you're interested in, doesn't matter, and make money from it, it would be right now. So I keep telling people, like, start now. Don't wait until the end of the 20 years when the robots have taken over, right? So don't wait. You have the Temperance card here. Temperance can be about turning your situation around, which I clearly can see in your reading you are doing. And so some of you are clearly improving your situation. If we go like this, of course you have the Seven of Pentacles, Libra. Is the juice worth a squeeze? You have the Nine of Cups to the Knight of Swords. A Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction card. How funny is it that the Knight of Swords is going this direction? He's not going this way towards the future. He's going towards the star. I actually think this is a good thing. I think that's you. And it's like, maybe you feel like, this looks like course correction to me. It's like sometimes in life, of course, we go like way over here when we should be like here. And I feel like you're kind of like coming back to center. It's not that you're going back to the past. It's not that you're, thinking too much about the future. I think you're coming more centered, with that Knight of Swords going towards the star. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Lovers. Some of you could have been in a situation that was a burden here. Especially going this way, you could have had a tower moment in love. I don't know. We're going to have to see where this goes. With the Page of Wands, you have the Ace of Pentacles. I kind of get the feeling that you want to work on something bigger, than you. It's like you want to work on something important. I feel like you want to feel like you're actually having accomplishments, right? And so for a lot of you, I feel like you're looking for a big opportunity with the Star card, Judgment card, or you're trying to discover your purpose here. And with that Lovers, by the way, it could say that it's everything in this reading says pick the new path. With the Temperance card, you have the Six of Pentacles. What's worth it to you? I feel like you need to figure out like what's worth it to you in all areas of your life. Like, so I don't think enough of us are good at this. Again, if we're staying in a relationship where we're not having our needs met, then we are settling, right? And I kind of get that feeling here with Temperance and Six of Pentacles. It's like saying, take a cold, hard look at everything in your life this week and say, am I settling? Is the juice worth the squeeze here? Or am I just settling on this situation? And I feel like cutting out the things that no longer serve you and moving towards the things that fulfill you is clearly going to make you have a good week. Next, in your future position, you have this card that says a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. So for a lot of you, I feel what's approaching is this change. You have the Star, the Nine of Cups, and the Seven of Pentacles. Again, Two of Swords. She needs to see that island behind her. That island does represent an obstacle, but like I said, this could be a good obstacle. It could be something that, yeah, it's going to be a challenge for her to get over there, but there could be like riches, or there could be true love, or whatever else she wants. But she's making it too difficult on herself. She's worried. The story of her is that she's worried about being hit by those rocks that are in the water. But if she took her blindfold off, she would see the rocks, and she would be able to avoid those, she would be able to avoid injury. She's also trying to protect her heart there with those swords. So it's like she doesn't want to be disappointed. She doesn't want to enter into a new situation and kind of have it go nowhere. So she's just sitting there and she's just staying there and she's not making any decisions, right? And I kind of feel like this reading is saying it's time for action. It's like that something is going to lead to fulfillment. I also get the feeling that you've learned from past situations, he is making a different decision. He might be changing direction, but he's looking at those Seven Pentacles and he's like looking at what he learned. So I feel like he has learned everything he possibly could from past relationships, connections, or whatever area of your life you're hoping to improve here. It's like you've learned. So it's like you won't make these mistakes, the Two of Swords. You won't have to worry about it if you pay attention to the things that you have learned. You also have the Star card. It is kind of interesting. I feel like there's a special opportunity, or it's kind of popping into my head as like a limited time opportunity. This is not it could be a financial opportunity, but this is not like, I think like in some bad marketing and stuff, they use like limited time offer, right? That's not what I'm talking about here. Although I do feel this is a limited time offer from the universe. I feel like there is like some sort of like special opportunity, and it looks to me like you are finally waking up to it or finally seeing it here. With that Knight of Swords. It's something that's going to bring you a lot of hope, faith, renewal, something that I kind of feel like this is giving you hope. It's kind of interesting how this reading, where this reading is going, because it's saying to me that you could be finding something that you thought just doesn't exist after some bad experiences. So really nice. With the Star, you have the Ace of Swords, a victory, and kind of like some sort of win here. So I definitely feel that this is like an opportunity that you didn't think existed. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Wands. Yeah, you're gonna have to be bold and assertive. Everybody gets the Queen of Wands. Really, I think that there's a couple of things with Pluto and Aquarius. We cannot care what people think about what we're doing. It's like most people, and especially like once we get to 2026 as well, when Neptune moves into Aries, most people will want to be part of a crowd, right? But the people who are truly going to be successful are the people who don't become part of a crowd, are the people who stand out. And that doesn't mean you can't, have your groups of people and stuff like that you belong to. That's not what it's about. But it's about kind of, being able to enter into a group of people and still have your own opinions, right? And, again, so the people who like learn as they go, who don't care about other people's opinions, the people who aren't afraid to lose people as well. It's like sometimes we make a decision that people don't agree with. And I think a big thing over the next like many years is going to be, again, doing things that might make people not happy with you and all this other stuff. But at the same time, that what's going to happen is that people who get stuck in the dogma, the beliefs, those are the people who are going to have regrets in the future. So that's kind of like the energy I get here, is that there could be a lot, that you might have to stick up for yourself at times with the decisions you're making in your life. I always use the example of like, maybe you're going to college, right? And maybe you want to start your own business, but maybe your parents don't agree with that. Maybe they're like, no, I want you to go to college. But guess what? It's your life, Libra, is what this reading is saying. And only you have the answers. With the Two of Swords, you have the Hierophant. Feeling stuck inside the box here. Hierophant to me can be an inside the box type of card. The Two of Swords can be inside the box. You do have the Tower here. The Tower is definitely outside the box. The whole point of the Tower is that those people have built the box up too high around them. That's why the Tower is falling, is because they are ignoring reality. I always tell people, you're watching tarot not so that you can experience this, but so you can know about it and avoid it. So how do you avoid this? Well, if you have been doing the same thing that you did yesterday, today, you're stuck, as John Taffer says. And I feel like that Tower is saying, like, start doing new things in life and you'll probably avoid the Tower. Or if you're experiencing the same old story, then it's time to change it. You know, again, I've talked to a billion people over the years with this channel, and, you know, I've had people who are like, oh, you know, my boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, keeps saying that they're going to change. I'm like, yeah, you just said they keep saying that they're going to change. It's like an adult should just know when they are supposed to change. So it's like, I don't give adults chances, right? And I think for the most part, maybe you give a person one chance, right? That's fine. But after that, then they are telling you what their story is after one chance. And to me, this reading is saying, you know, this last row here is basically saying, for some of you, I feel like you've given something too many chances going this direction. And it's like an adult, especially if it's an adult, there are no excuses, you know, for the most part. So, you know, I feel like for some of you, this is saying avoid the Tower moment. Same thing with the job. It's like if you have a boss that keeps telling you, I'll give you a raise next month, and that's next month, and next month. It's like the writing's on the wall here, and I feel like you need to pay attention to that. This is your outcome row. You have this yin energy card. Actually, a pretty nice card. It kind of says that you're going to be in a relaxed position. You're going to be in a position where you don't have to force things to happen, where things are just flowing. And that's kind of like the energy I get. You have the Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups, and the Tower. Again, I feel like for whatever reason, I get that you're going back to this Star card. That's kind of like intuitively how I'm feeling about this Knight of Swords. Normally, I don't like the Knight of Swords, but I actually feel pretty good about him in your reading. You know, I kind of feel like, again, you're not going back to something. Like I said, I feel more you're just coming back to center. It's like you're centering yourself, or there's something about your approach to things as well. It's like maybe you're taking a much more grounded approach as well. With the Star card, I kind of see that star as something you want to accomplish, of course, something that would inspire you, right? Something that you would be proud of yourself for, whatever it is. Could be getting into a long-term relationship, could be starting a business, could be having a YouTube channel, whatever it is you want to do. It doesn't matter, but it's something like that. You have the Knight of Cups. Again, I do feel like, you know, not really a love reading, but if you are leaving a love situation, I feel like there is like new love coming in for you. Could be a knight in shining armor. I do feel like there could be something that could be avoided. Again, I would encourage, you know, outside the box thinking with the Tower. For some of you, I also just feel like this is a move, by the way, so it doesn't even have to be that big of a deal. And you have the Star in the reading. So the Star always comes up after the Tower. And like I said, how funny is it that I basically said earlier that it's like you're going back to the Star? I'm wondering if you are avoiding a Tower moment and you're going to the Star. It's like you're going through the healing instead of experiencing this. It's almost like maybe you're course correcting. Maybe you see something that you, like a lesson you should have learned, and you're like, oh, now I know what to do. So it's like you're making a course correction here. I don't know, whatever this course correction change thing is, it's the right choice, whatever you're thinking about doing here, Libra. I hope this makes sense. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Page of Swords. You do have a couple of pages here. I thought you had more for some reason. I could be making that up in my head, apparently. But, you know, again, the Page of Swords is my card of being a detective. And again, I really get that feeling of kind of like going back to something. But again, not the past. You're not going back to the past. I feel like maybe you passed over an opportunity, or maybe you just didn't see an opportunity that existed. But for some of you, it's almost like you're getting a second chance, you know, for an opportunity that you feel like you missed out on. You know, it could be like a new position at work. Maybe someone else got it and then they quit. It's like your second chance. I kind of have that popping into my head here. Or maybe you had a chance to get a different job and now it's like another chance is coming up. I don't know. And by the way, I have the words like, if you have the opportunity to reapply for something, it is popping into my head. Those are the words I'm getting, like reapply. That could be a job, but it doesn't have to be. It's like maybe there's something else that you didn't get approved for. It is popping into my head. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Five of Pentacles. I think this is Five of Pentacles, yes. So, you know, Five of Pentacles is a card that says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. Seven of Pentacles as well could say like that, you know, both of these cards basically say double down on your strengths, or that you should be doubling down on your strengths. We are in a time where I think there's going to be a lot of stuff that points out our weaknesses, but again, it's our job to focus on the strengths. With the Tower, you have the Two of Wands. Funny enough, The guy in the Two of Wands, he's normally standing at the top of his castle. He's looking out into the world. And the story of him is that he rushed to a finish line. He rushed to complete something. And, he feels like there's nothing left for him to do. But he has the whole world in his hands. So, again, he's inside the box. He is stuck in his castle. He needs to just simply leave the castle to kind of experience something new or to have better experiences in life. And I feel like that's what you need to do here, Libra. But let's see what is going on for you. We're going to pull 5 main themes now. And you start off with this Mule card. It says, someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Probably that Knight of Wands person. Again, I feel some of you have dealt with someone who had a lot of options, like I said, with that 7 of Cups as well with that Knight of Wands. And, I just think you didn't match up. So some of you could be leaving that situation. And, I don't know what else to say there. I feel like you're just walking away from it. You have this horse card. It says short journey on it. I would encourage adventure. We started the reading by talking about that Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands. I was getting something about adventure. It could be literally short travel, but I would also say we're in a time of magic, but it's not like magic like we think. I think it's more like we could become interested in something new in life, and then maybe if we start studying it, if we go on the adventure, Page of Swords as well, if we become a detective like the Page of Swords and we look into these new opportunities or new things that excite us, that's how we're being led towards success. It's more, again, Knight of Wands, Page of Wands, more towards our desires and feelings. But, it's like the modern day world doesn't really allow for that, right? Most people are going to think you're crazy if you're like, oh, I just feel excited about, this new business idea. People are going to be like, great, where are the results? So your job is to feel excited, keep feeling excited, protect your ideas, and then get the results, and then tell people about it. You have this Woman card. It says dealings or relationships with a woman. You have this Ant card. It says work, achievement, success. Some of you could have a new work partner or business partner. I feel like that could be leading to success. I also feel, and again, I don't attach gender to my cards, but I feel like this could just be you, whatever gender you are. And I feel you could be experiencing a lot of success in work and business. You also have this Needle and Thread card. It says a sincere wish will be granted. I really see this as that Ace of Swords and the Star. It's like some sort of victory for a wish, but this is something that you've worked for. It's not really a wish because, maybe it's kind of a wish, like you've been wishing for the success, but, I think you've worked for it. Sometimes I think people hear the word wish and they think, oh, I'll just make a wish and it'll just magically happen. But I feel like this is work that you have done, and that's where the results are coming from. I also feel like some of you could be, didn't I say this earlier? I think I did, that you could be doing something almost impossible. It's not like it's impossible, but it's more that you could be doing something you didn't think you could do, and that is popping into my head here. You have this Arrow card. It says you're on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. I'm going to get more details on this. And you have this Apple card. It says temptation will test you. I'm surprised the Moon card didn't show up, but I would say avoid temptation, right? Stay on your path. Sometimes I think we start working towards something and we're not sure if we're getting results, but if we put things in perspective and look past, to the past, to the beginning of when we started, we're in a much better place. So I kind of feel like that the Arrow is just saying, and especially with the Star is about having a North Star, having one thing to work towards in life and then working towards it until the end, basically. So I feel like having something to focus on, trusting your divine guidance is the answer to this reading. But looks pretty good here, Libra, sorry. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.